Good morning and welcome to our workshop titled From Precision Farming to Decision Farming, How to Make Precision Farming Pay. This is one of a series of 3 workshops that our group will be presenting in the next few days. And I want to welcome you to the Tifton workshop. We have over 140 people in attendance today. This far exceeds our expectations. We were thinking that maybe 30, 50, 60 people might want to come, but many more people have been interested in this topic, which is great news to us. Before I officially begin the introduction, I want to thank our sponsors. You can see we have a series of gold and silver sponsors. Without their financial contributions, we would not have been able to establish these workshops. I also want to acknowledge USDA because we have a grant from USDA that has enabled us to bring our invited speakers from Europe to participate in these workshops. My name is George Vellidis, and I am the leader of the Transatlantic Precision Agriculture Consortium, which is sponsoring the series of 3 workshops. You can find a lot of information about the Transatlantic Precision Agriculture Consortium on my website. The URL is listed in the top right of the slide. And you can also find quite a bit of information about these workshops on my website in the future. We are recording all these presentations today, and in a couple of weeks they'll be available for live streaming from this particular website. So write down the URL and share it with your friends, and you'll be able to relive this day in the future. So let me take a few minutes to explain to you what the Transatlantic Precision Agriculture Consortium, or TAPAC, is. This started in 2004 as a student exchange program, but it has expanded to become a student exchange research and extension partnership. It's a partnership that's made up of 6 universities. You can see their symbols at the bottom of the slide. The universities are, in the United States, the University of Georgia, Auburn University, Mississippi State University. And from the European Union, we have 3 partners, Panepistimiou Thessalias, or the University of Thessaly, in Greece, the University of Padova in Italy, and the Technical University of Munich in Germany. I know all of you attending the workshop today in Tifton know where UGA, Auburn, and Mississippi State are, but I want to take just a minute to give you a geographical reference of where our European partners universities are. Here is Greece, and here is approximately where the University of Thessaly is. This is Italy, and here is approximately where the University of Padova is located, and this is Germany, and this is approximately where the University of Munich is located. This slide gives you just a few snapshots of our student exchanges. These were some exchanges, as I mentioned earlier, that began in 2004 and have continued unabated to today. And we have had over 50 students that have participated in these exchanges in the last 10 years. About half of them from Europe and about half of them from the United States. So why was precision ag our topic of interest? In Europe, as in the United States, farmers are facing difficult competition. Our price support system is slowly disappearing. We have intense competition from foreign markets as developing countries produce crops at the same levels that we are producing. And to make ourselves survive, to make the farmers in the European Union and the United States survive this change in economic strategy that's developing around the globe, we have to enter the information age. And we see precision ag as the venue for entering the information age. So how can the information age help us? When I talk about precision ag, I always like to begin with a slide of this field. And any field that's really taken from the air can serve the same purpose. So what do you see here that is striking? The young lady here in the front of the room tells me that she sees different patterns in the field, and that is exactly right. This is the essence of precision agriculture. So what's going on here is this is an aerial photograph of a cotton field that was taken about 9 weeks into the growing season. You can see that there are some green, dark green spaces in the top right of the field and some what appears to be bare soil in the bottom left of the field, but in fact these are not bare soil spots or completely green spots. These are spots that have different rates of growth of the plants, and the 2 photographs that have appeared on the screen now show the same gentleman in 2 different parts of the field on the same day. So you can see that the field many weeks later represents the image that we saw early in the growing season. So why should we be putting on the same amount of inputs on these two parts of the field? It's a question that we can address with precision agriculture. Precision agriculture allows us to optimize the use of our resources. So with the access of detailed information about the variability that we can measure in the field, we can calculate appropriate amounts of inputs. These could be fertilizers, water, any kind of input that we apply. We can apply these inputs variably to our crops, and then we can get a map of the resulting yields, which allow us to assess the effectiveness of our management practice. So precision agriculture is the discipline or the group of disciplines that we use to characterize these thoughts, this philosophy. There are four key technologies that have come into the forefront in the last 15 years that allow us to do precision agriculture on a large scale. These are the global positioning system, sensor technologies, geographic information systems, which is a piece of software, and variable rate technology, which is the technology that allows us to vary the inputs on the fly. These two maps are profit maps that were created from yield maps from data that we collected in a particular field that's about 10 miles away from here in Worth County. This is a 60-acre field. And what I've done is I've run two different price scenarios on the yield data that I've collected from this field. On the left-hand side of the slide, you see the price scenario in 2010 when cotton lint was at $1 per pound. So what I've done is I've used that price scenario for the lint that was produced in the field and subtracted from it the production costs for irrigated cotton in 2010. Under that very good price scenario, about the best price scenario we've seen in a long time for cotton, 10% of this field was non-profitable. So the red areas in this field indicate areas that were non-profitable. In other words, the farmer lost money by farming those areas in the field. Now, if we shift to the field on the right, this is the price scenario for the very next year when the price of lint had dropped from $1 per pound to 75 cents per pound. Under this price scenario, 30% of this field is not profitable. So all the red areas indicate that these are areas in the field in which the farmer lost money that year. So you can see that there are significant areas of these fields that are always non-profitable regardless of the price scenario. Profit maps and yield maps can be very powerful tools to give us an understanding of how our precision ag management practices are effective and if they are improving the efficiency and the overall profitability of the farm. As one of our most thoughtful farmers has said, yield maps are the entrance exam and the final exam for any precision ag management system. So with that introduction, I'd like to turn the program over to our esteemed colleagues. We have colleagues now from the 3 universities in Europe, plus Auburn University presenting today. And don't forget that after lunch, we have our demonstrations, which will emphasize to you the information that will be presented during the pre-lunch presentations. So thank you very much for coming to the workshop, and I hope you have a productive day today.